Okay, look, I'm just going to tell you right now, this has been one of the most complicated reaction videos I've ever had to do. And it's because what's coming out of the mouths of the two people speaking, you've got Pace really poorly describing an owner finance deal. He's leaving some major holes out. And then you got Grant, who doesn't seem to know anything about real estate, which I've been saying that all along, but he kind of demonstrates it in this interview. So enjoy. Let's watch it. Today I'm doing a video on Grant Cardone and Pace Morby. This one is titled Creative Investing in Real Estate. I'm not a big fan of Grant Cardone in the investment arena. I don't think he knows what he's doing as a real estate investor. I'm just going to skip through and do some highlights in here. I will make my observations and comments, in as much as what would be valuable or relevant to somebody that wants to learn about how to make money in real estate. Pace's group seems to be the sub-2 culture. I've seen a lot of really, I would be embarrassed if those were my students making the comments that they've made. Very juvenile. I was critical of the sub-2 thing because I know the dangers of it. When I raised some of the issues, there was a lot of defense, and those that said, hey, they got a thing that I like to say, put up the HUD or you're a dud. And I'm saying, okay, what kind of HUD do you want? What do you want to see? They'd say, oh, I've done 14 deals, I've done 6 deals. And I'll say, well, show me one. Show me one. Let's get together and just show me one. And crickets, nothing coming back. So we're going to get into it, and I hope you enjoy it, and let's see.
It's the best thing I ever did.
One of my best deals I did was a 43 unit deal. Seller bought it for $1 million.
Yeah.
Held on to it for whatever amount of years. Wanted to get out of it at $4 million. He's like, but I don't want to pay capital gains all at one time.
Right.
So that's the cool thing about seller finance. He seller finances it to me at $4 million. Finances it to me at $4 million. No agent fees. I pay the closing costs. He seller financed $4 million, $0 down, because he knew I had to put some money into renovations.
Right. That was the money down in his mind.
Well, he says, well, you got to put money down. I said, well, Mario, I'll put money down, but I'm going to put it in escrow, and it's going to go into construction.
Yeah, beautiful.
And he goes, all right, I'm cool with that.
Yeah. He just wanted to see the commitment.
But he gave me 4% interest, fixed, 50-year note. 50-year note. Well, here's the craziest thing.
Wow,
about this.
dude.
Well, this is what's great about seller finance is I can negotiate.
Because he wants the income.
He doesn't want the income, Grant. He wants his son to have the income.
The devil's in the details on these things. I've bought several apartment buildings, seller financed and otherwise. To me, it would be very foolish as a seller to let somebody have a property with nothing down. Now, he did say that. He did preface that with the fact that he escrowed some money that would be utilized to fix up the property, and that's not unusual. So let's keep listening.
Right.
And his cost basis is virtually zero. He bought it 20 to 30 years ago.
Right. My kid. So I go to Mario and I go, I'll give you a monthly payment. And he goes, okay, but I want a 5-year balloon. Mm-hmm. I said, Mario, here's the thing, man. You got your 12-year-old son. He hates this property. He has resentment towards you. How about we turn this deal into the greatest thing for your son?
Wow.
And I said, imagine where will you be when your son's 62 years old? He says, I'll be dead.
Yeah.
I go, yeah, but you'll be in his mind every month when he gets an $11,000 check from Pace. Finances it to me at $4 million. No agent fees. It wasn't about the numbers. It was about the emotions. It was about all the other things.
So 50 years, he gets 11 grand a month, 600 months. So I don't know if you guys broke that down, what he did, but he basically took a guy that wanted too much money for his property. That's why it didn't sell.
I hate to be a real stickler, but numbers mean something to me. That's what I do all the time is crunch numbers. Grant said, let's do the math on that. So like I said earlier, I said, well, wait a minute. $11,000 a month, 50-year note. I'm thinking that's got to be like interest only. But and then I thought, no, interest only, that would be $12,000 a month. And he said $11,000 a month. So I've got a calculator here. To have an $11,000 a month payment, you can see that there, $11,000, right? That would be, you want to learn how to make millions of dollars in real estate? I've made tens of millions over my lifetime, and I'm showing people how to do it. Get in my free webinar. I have it every Thursday, 7 p.m. Central. Go to the link below, FlipAnythingUSA.com/webinar. Sign up for it. You can talk to me face to face if you want. Don't waste any time. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. You don't want to miss my channel. I've been doing it for years. a loan amount of $2.852 million. So basically, Pace said this was a
Seller finances it to me at $4 million, no agent fees. I paid the closing costs. He seller financed $4 million, $0 down. Finances it to me at $4 million, no agent fees. I paid the
and all he had to do is pay $5,000 in closing costs. There's more to it than that. And when I see stuff like that, I always wonder, well, why aren't we talking about that, right? Why not? Let's keep watching.
Without you giving him any money.
I gave him no money up front.
Yeah.
Nothing. Yeah. I paid closing costs, which were $5,000.
Well, dude, the return on that's better than Bitcoin.
Well, here's what's great.
I mean-
I write it off my first year. So $4 million a year, do a cost seg on the deal.
How'd you do that? You don't own it.
Yes, I do.
How do you own it?
We write a promissory note. He's the seller. He owns it free and clear.
I thought. No, huh?
No, in a seller finance situation, you can set it up where he only gets paid every time he actually receives
He
the
only
payment.
pays taxes. Yeah, I didn't know that, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think about this. If he's
See, Grant really doesn't know very much about real estate, for those of you that think he does. And he has led people to believe that I got my money right. This is the best asset class. And he's referring to multifamily, which is actually turning out to be probably one of the worst asset classes right now. But let's keep listening.
sold it to me on seller finance at $4 million. Okay. And he got taxed the $4 million.
He'd owe at least $1 million.
Right. And he hasn't received any
He
money.
hadn't
from me.
received any money.
And what if I default in 6 months?
Yeah. So
So he's
why?
got to go back to the IRS and say, hey, we got to unravel this deal.
Yeah. So why? So why do a master lease then? Everything would be owner finance.
I don't do master leases. I wouldn't touch a master lease. I owner finance everything. People that
I don't think Grant knows what owner financing is, but anyways, let's keep going.
do master leases doesn't make sense for me.
Why does it make sense for anybody?
They just don't know how to negotiate seller finance. That's it.
What he said about master leases doesn't even make any sense. Listen, I know about owner financing. I've done probably 100 owner finance deals myself, and maybe 50 on the sale side of that. But also when it comes to a master lease, I've sublet properties and made over $1 million on a property that I never even owned. In fact, look for this video, and you can check that out.
So that's the cool thing about seller finance. He seller finances it to me at $4 million. Finances it to me at $4 million. No agent fees. Here's the economics of the deal. It was a $3 million deal, not $4 million.
Yeah.
Wait a
He bought it for $1 million.
Wait a minute. He's been saying this is a $4 million since the very beginning of this thing.
One of my best deals I did was a 43 unit deal. Seller bought it for $1 million.
Yeah.
Held on to it for whatever amount of years. Want to get out of it at $4 million. Finances it to me at $4 million. No agent fees. I paid the closing costs. He seller financed $4 million, $0 down.
Well, look, it doesn't make any sense. It's either a $4 million deal or it's a $3 million deal. If it's a $3 million deal, the note that he talked about is really a $2.85 million note. And if he escrowed, it sounds like what he's leaving out, what he's not explaining here, is that he either escrowed $150,000 for repairs, and maybe he bought this for $3 million, or he escrowed $1,150,000 because he's described it also as a $4 million owner finance deal, zero down. Either way, it's really not zero down if you have to escrow a large chunk of money. It's confusing as hell. So what does it Pace? Is it a $4 million owner finance deal? Or is it a $3 million owner finance deal? Or is it a $2.8 million owner finance deal? Because you've basically explained it three different ways. It could be any of those things. So it doesn't really make any sense, but it doesn't sound like zero down. It sounds like you got $1 million in this thing. It's just sloppy. This doesn't make any sense. Anyways, this is the stuff I don't like. I don't like gray areas. I think if you're going to be a mentor, if you're going to coach, if you're going to say you're selling people expertise, you need to be dead on with the numbers, not sloppy. And this is very, very sloppy, to be quite honest. So anyways, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, put your comments down below. Thanks a lot.